Hey guys, today we are talking about HCMC, and their earnings report has been filed for the quarter. And you guys, there are some really significant things here we're going to be talking about. First of all, $29 million cash in hand. We all know that they had the stock offering and whatnot, and they now have $29 million in cash. So that's huge, and their total assets went from 8 million to 38 million. You guys, that's a 77% increase in total assets. And that's really significant. And one of the things they turned around and apparently did was reduce their liabilities. So their total liabilities dropped from 9.6 to 5.9 million, a 61% drop. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that in a bit. So we look at the sales here. That the sales are flat, basically. So that's a little that's not good. But I mean, we all know that pandemic is kind of keeping things down. They cite the pandemic as one of the issues. But in reality, I think that it's just sales are flat basically. So but here's something very interesting and significant, I think. So you look at their operating expenses and their net income, or their net loss or income. So here's the thing, you guys, they just went black. There you go. So the 6 months. So you take a look here. We're talking about the 6 months ending June 30th, and so 2020 and 2021, and there's the 3 months ending June 30th. So you look at the 6 months ending for their net income or loss. 6 months ending June 2020, they lost $1.5 million for that 6 months. Then and then 6 months ending June 2021, they are only losing 500,000. But if you look at the 3 months ending June 2021, they gained $179,000. So you guys, they are in the black basically. And I think a lot of that has come from the reduction in loans and that they got rid of the expensive loans, as you see here. I'm going to just bring up that right now. So they reduced a lot of their loans. So their immediate loans were they basically wiped out a lot of their tangible debt, and I think that has made them or helped them become basically profitable. So you see the 3 months ending there, $179,000 gain, and that's because wiping out, or partly because of them wiping out their loans. The other thing is that they reduced, over the period, the 6 months ending there, you see a huge reduction in expenses, and so that's not just from reducing their loans. So one of the things that when sales are flat, what do the directors do? The officers do. They reduce costs. So that's what they focused on during the period, and they did a bang up job doing that. So okay, so here's what's really interesting, you guys. A couple of things here. The company officers and the director agreed to forfeit 6 billion shares that were due to vest March 31st and June 30th in 2021. So basically, that means the officers and the director basically agreed, okay, we're not going to vest any shares, we're going to forfeit the shares. Now, they engaged in a separate contract with him and with the officers and this director and stuff, so they gave him additional shares, but they agreed to forfeit that, so that instead of incurring a problem on the company's stock, they just basically wipe that out and then are going to get additional shares that'll vest later. What that means is that these people believe in the company. That's very significant. They totally believe in the company. So that's very good to see. One thing, the last thing here that I'm going to point out that I think is significant is that they have, somebody's suing them. They filed suit in 2019, and the company can't comment on, they don't know what it's going to do, but this is a significant lawsuit. The person has $400,000 in medical bills. So at some point, this company will be, and apparently they're not insured, because there's no talk of any insurance company, absorbing those costs. So HCMC will be absorbing the cost of that lawsuit, and that will be, you're looking at $1 million settlement, you guys, in reality, or it won't occur this year, but pretty soon they're going to pay that up, and that's going to hurt. Anyway, that's it. The material provided herein is for informational purposes only. It does not constitute an offer to buy or sell, or a solicitation of an offer to buy or sell any securities. This information should be relied upon for purpose of. This information should not be relied upon for the purpose of investing in any security.